Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy Don 5D. It's a brand new week. It's Monday, July 28th. July 28th, man. I'm at work. Before I get this day started, I wanted to come to y'all because I've been thinking about this over the weekend. And when I had talked to my guys, too, this is just something I thought about. But, man, let me tell y'all the truth about that weed, man. Shit, mouth a little dry. Truth about that weed is, it's gonna get you one day. It's gonna get you one day. Like, me personally, I was somebody who would go to the gym, still go to work, still go to school, still do this, still do that, but I wanted to smoke my weed. Now, realizing how it was affecting my memory, my cognitive thinking, the whole nine. I did a program in 2022 called Erupt, like I told y'all before, and it was an Asian guy there named Jeremy, and he told me, he was a year older than me, but he was like, "Hey, yo, Don," he said, "you need to put that weed down, bro." He like, it's only a year, we might not know about our job prospects, maybe they might drug test us, maybe they might do this, maybe they might do that, and we got to study hard for what we about to get into, because like I said, we studying IT, help desk, cybersecurity, networking, we studying all type of shit, and then figuring out which one that we would want to go into to go intern with. And like I said, he sat me down one day and he was like, "Man, I love weed just as much as you love weed, but I gotta sit it down so I could like really focus on what I gotta do, and I can have a clearer brain to think." At the time, what am I, like 20? I'm like 20 years old, and I haven't been smoking weed for what? Probably 4 years, 3-4 years at that point. And I'm like, man, I get up out of bed every day. I wasn't really working out at the time, but I'm like, I get out of bed every day. I still function. Like, I ain't broke. I still got money. I'm doing things. I'm investing. I'm like, man, fuck what you talking about. Even though he broke it down to me, broke it down and told me that if he could do it, I could do it. I sat there listening to him, and I was like, man, you right. And what I do after that? Go home, go get high, go get fried. And hold on, let me take this gun out. Me not realizing, like, he was on to some shit. But I would have never thought that he was, because my brain was so fogged up, so cloudy. I'm smoking every day for years. Why would I think this is affecting me? I don't really feel that lazy. But what I started to notice over time was that it just made me content with current situations that I was in. Whether I was bored, not having no fun, not doing nothing, if I could be bored, roll up, get high, and be okay with being bored. Roll up, get high, be okay with being around average friends, or this and that and third. At the same time, I'm in this program, like I say, while I'm meeting people, I'm doing all type of stuff, meeting people who live the life I've always wanted to live, very intelligent, very smart. Everybody would smoke a little weed here and there, but I just started to reflect on everything. And here it is, 2025, a couple years later. And during that time, I started to look at my friends. I started looking at my homies. So I'm like, man, the only time we really link up nowadays is to spark up, flame a little blunt. You hear what I'm saying? We only linking up if bro like, yeah, I got some weed, man. You trying to get fried? Or yeah, let's go call up the weed man. Let's go get fried. This, then the third. And the funny thing is, the weed man we always used to buy from, we've been buying from him for forever. He was local, went to school with him and everything. He was on the grade below us. He done got to the point where he just got his buzz down upper mouth, buzz down lower mouth, buzz down chain, buzz down watch. And we not hating. Why the hell is the police in here? I don't know. But we never like really thought about it. You do start to think about the money that you start to lose, everything that's going on with that. But I started to think to myself, like, man, this shit here ain't right. We used to do more together before we even had cars, and when we smoked weed less. We was getting out there doing this, doing that. You know, actually trying to see what was going on in life. Because I kid you not, this is embarrassing to say, but for like a good 1 or 2 years, we really just sat in front of people's cribs, or even just sat in garages and things of that sort, but really just like sat around smoking. Literally just sat there smoking, doing nothing. Listening to music, probably chop it up. After the weed gone, chill for a little bit. All right, yeah, I catch them up. Repeating cycle. It was a repeating cycle for years and years and years. And like I said, when I stopped smoking weed the first time to go get my CDL and everything, I started after I stopped, I'm like, damn, who I'm finna call and hang out? What we finna do? Because normally that was just the routine. That's what I got used to. When we want to hang out, we hanging out because we about to smoke and then probably grab some food after. But that's when I realized the detriment. That's when I started to realize the detriment of what the weed had done. We ain't even chilling on no, hey, what you on? You want to grab a pizza, watch, you know what I'm saying, watch a movie, chop it up about this and that? No, it has to be some weed involved. Got to. Or else, people just sit in the crib. And I started to think, I'm like, man, you're not even enjoying life no more. What is this? This ain't no friendship. This ain't what this a junkie ship, you know? Wait, come on, man. We don't even link up to just talk shit, chop shit no more. We do it, but gotta be weed involved. Y'all pay attention to that if y'all in that current cycle. I know not everybody has to stop smoking weed because the career they in. Kudos to y'all. Kudos to y'all, you know. I never really been a drinker, never really enjoyed drinking, so everybody got their vices, and smoking was my vice. But it was just like, you know, you start to realize how the weed is using you, consuming you. It was a point in time, 2023, lost my job, got laid off, was looking for another IT job for a minute. Broke as I ever been since I was like 14, 15. That was the brokest I ever been. And I was cool with probably having $50 to last me a week. What would I do? Put 20 in my tank. Probably spend 25 for 35 a week. I was cool with that. It still fucked with me. Bro, I wasn't even having no haircuts. I wasn't having shit. That was cool. Cause I ain't going nowhere, but I'm like, man, I was cool with just having my weed. People around me had link, so you eat like that, you know, eat off the link. All I really had while I was looking for these jobs, I ain't had shit. That was the brokest I ever been, bro. The most degraded I done ever felt as a young man. Like, I felt powerless. But when I smoked that weed, I was cool. I was cool, man. It just, I don't know. Weed is real dangerous. It don't come off that way. It's it's smooth. It relaxes you. You know, like I say, this don't apply to everybody. Because the stories I used to hear that was like this, I'm like, this don't apply to me. This shit don't apply to me here. You know, I ain't lazy. I still work out. I still go to the gym. I smoke my blunt after I go to the gym. This, that, and the third. Them other people just lay around all day, not doing shit, and become bums and don't care about progressing. I still cared about all this shit, but my head was fucked up. I told my homie WAP, I'm like, bro, and shit, all my homies, I'm like, you gotta think about it. We spent our adolescent years with our heads clouded and fucked up off that weed, man. We spent how many years? How many fucking years did we spend high? Like, that's something y'all got to think about. That's something y'all got to think about, people. How many years did you spend high? 365 days a year. How many days was you fried out the year? I don't know. And I started thinking about, obviously I got the beginning portions of my life where I wasn't fried, but I started to think most of my teenage to adult years I spent fucking high. Still wanted to achieve stuff, but I think to myself, what if I wasn't high all that time? Who knows? I definitely feel the motivation of not being high. More, wake up, brain not cloudy. My memory's a little bit better. It's a little bit sharper. I can remember things. I still forget shit. But, then let's not to mention all the side effects of smoking tobacco, smoking papers, all that shit in your chest, the carcinogens. It's literal smoke. It's no different than if a building was on fire. There's no difference. I'm not trying to discourage nobody or tell nobody what to do, tell you to stop smoking weed, because if I could smoke my weed still, I would probably still smoke my weed. But try a tolerance break. I recommend that to y'all. Try a tolerance break. Lay it off for 4, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. When you come back, it's going to be the best that we ever felt. And then you will know that you got the manpower and willpower to stop smoking whenever you need to stop smoking. Because after I came back after the road, I'm like, man, I'm done with trucking. I ain't really fucking with this shit. I'm away from the crib for a whole week. I'm doing this. I'm traveling across the whole country for $800, $900. I ain't fucking with this shit, man. Like, y'all be asking where this ACT jacket came from. This when I was from the ACT warehouse up in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Getting my paper. And I started smoking again. We went to the dispensary, got some weed, hit the best it ever hit since I had stopped smoking. I was like, damn, this what weed feel like? I can't never go back to smoking every single fucking day if it's gonna take away this feeling, because it just felt great. It felt amazing. I felt so relaxed. Felt it in my whole body. It was cool. Eventually, we started to not do that. Got back to smoking every day. Started the whole process up again. Like, it's a trap, man. It's a trap. It's a loop. So, everybody got their vices. Everybody got their ways they deal with shit. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I do drink. Other than that, just find more positive ways to give yourself an outlet to relieve your stress. Mine was the gym. I haven't been able to go like how I want to, because this job been taking up so much time, and me adjusting to, living on my own, paying all these bills, managing this and that. But I'll be back on my routine, back when I get in my crib, I can start cooking again, doing what I gotta do. But it's just a little tale, a little cautionary tale from, from y'all boy Don. If y'all smoking every day, just start looking around. Do you only link up with your homies when it's time to smoke? Do you only enjoy certain things when you high? Are you only hungry when you high? Is this all the shit you got to think about, man? I ain't trying to tell y'all stop doing what y'all doing, but y'all could take a break. Y'all could take a break, my peoples. Everything in moderation. You can't drink too much water, you kill yourself. You can't eat too much fast food to kill you. You can't do nothing too much or to kill you. Everything in moderation, my people. We at 80 subs, 81 subs, man. I love y'all. Man, y'all make me want to pump out more content every day. I got a lot of stories to tell. I got a lot of things to talk about. I'm going to be pumping out more content. It's been your boy Don 5D. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody that's been commenting, liking, viewing. I love y'all. Y'all my peoples. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. 100.